Hey guys, Pyro here. Today we're going to be talking about the Rainbow Six Dustline DLC and everything, and that includes also the patch and what I noticed in the game. Let's start off with what we're scrolling through here on the screen, and that is the headgear and all the customization that the new patch has brought out. The first thing that we're going to look at is the headgear. You can see every operator now has different sets of, headgear and face paint. I would say that because some operators seem like they had face paint, like Blitz. You'll see he has like a weird clown face, and then you see here that Montana had like a Boba Fett style of a headgear mask slash thing, and I think these are pretty cool. They go up in price. You know, the beginning one looks a lot like the original one. Is just like a different color. They cost, the first one is like 2,500 right now, and the second one is 5,000, and then the third one ridiculously jumps up to 30k. And I kind of disagree with that. That's like 30k is a lot. That's more than, it's even more than Frost or Bug. If someone asks me, oh, should I buy this headgear or a new operator, you know, since they keep coming out with them, I'd probably tell you go buy an operator. But yeah, those are the headgears. And then the charms is, there's universals, and then there's specific charms for guns. The universal go to every gun, and the specific ones are just for the specific gun. There are different types. I don't have season passes. I heard there's different ones for season passes. I do appreciate, as a native and a person who lives in Texas, that we do have a Texas charm, and I appreciate that. That's probably the one I'm gonna wear and have on every one of my guns, to be honest with you. But yeah, in terms of customization, I think it's pretty cool. It doesn't affect gameplay, and it's cool, you know, when you when the round ends and it zooms in on like the team who won, you'll get to show off your stuff, and you'll see that in the later video. Yeah, but I think in terms of customization, everything looks really cool. The UI of the game looks cleaner, a little bit more colorful, especially when you're customizing your guns. You have a better idea what the attachment looks like, and kind of specifically red dot sights. They're more clear, so it show you exactly how it would look down the sight. Like before, you just had it just had a description. You had to base off that until you bought it and you had it in game, and that's when you could tell if you liked it or not. Now you have like a good representation, like you see right now, of what it will look down sights of the gun. And I think that's really useful, especially since they added that you can customize in between the rounds, and that's going to help a lot. Other customization things and UI things, just in general, the game looks better, and the game also runs better. The patch just feels smoother. More headshots are registering. Like before, I could round a corner and I'd pump like 5 headshots into a dude and it wouldn't register. Now they register. Although you do die faster, but I'd expect that, you know, better hit registration leads to that. And the kill cam works now, so instead of me seeing the guy shooting 5 feet behind me and getting a headshot, I now see that he did hit me a headshot. So there should be less of those instances where you're kind of like, what the fuck just happened? And I think that's pretty good for the game, especially now since they're trying to push like ESL and all of this stuff. So yeah, that's most customization in the patch. Now let's talk about Valkyrie, the defensive side operator. So she has her main thing is she throws cameras. She has 4 cameras that you can deploy anywhere in the map. You can stick them. You can see here, you know, when you're scrolling through the cameras, they have like the blue dot, and those would be Valkyrie cameras. And then she can stick them anywhere, and to me, they look better than the original ones, and they're gonna change the game. They're gonna be more useful. It's gonna be really hard to spot them in the beginning because they're just so randomly placed compared to the other ones, and they will help defenders. I think she's gonna be a must-want on defenders at times. It's just in general, the information that she will give you is one above all. Now let's talk about Blackbeard. Blackbeard's main thing is the shield. As you can see, one of my teammates put in, and you're gonna notice right here, he's gonna see this guy. He's gonna drop him one shot, and the guy was on point. If the guy playing Blackbeard didn't have the shield, he's getting dropped immediately. Like, I'm not even joking. But he gets saved by the shield. He gets killed by it. The shield is clear, and you can see through it. There's a little bit of glare, but I don't think that's really gonna affect gameplay on it. The shield, from what I saw and played, blocks the majority of shots, and when you're shooting at it, you get like a white hit marker instead of like the usual hit marker, and you're getting points for it. But it does feel kind of weird that you're shooting where you would think you're getting a headshot, and then you don't get a headshot. He dumbs you, and a lot of people say, well, you just shoot at the legs. Well, it's kind of hard to shoot at the legs when you know he has about a 70% chance of hitting you with a dumb shot, even if you're shooting at him. You're gonna see here how it looks kind of from behind, from the side, as I'm walking up to this dude. It's kind of curved. It kind of sort of envelops, it's clear, and there's sort of a edge to it. That's the description of the shield. What I think of the shield, I think it's kind of OP. I don't want to say straight out OP. I think it's kind of OP because it's not like he's unkillable. It's not like he is blatantly overpowered like when Frost had her shotgun in the Nitro. So that's Frost was a god at the end. I don't think Blackbeard is a god. I think his shield should be able to break. From what I can tell, like, you have to drop a lot of rounds to break it now. I think it should be easier to break. Less rounds, like let's say, I would say 7 rounds, not like a full. From what I've seen, like a full clip, because I've dropped like half a clip into it and it hasn't broken, and then he just gets me. I think it should be easier to break, but I think that's an easier thing to manage than whenever Frost got overpowered. But I think the both hoppers added are good to the game, especially Valkyrie on defense. I think she's perfect. I don't think you have to really tweak anything on her. Valkyrie, I think you can tweak a little bit the shield, but overall both are great. Both of the guns are good. I don't feel like neither operator has overpowered guns. Now, I want to talk about the new map that they introduced, which everybody should be able to play. You don't have to wait for that. The new map is called Border. It's in the Middle East. It's kind of on a blocked off wall in between. On the outside, it's dusty. There's a lot of sounds. There's a helicopter flying by. There's a guy screaming on the PA. It's really loud, like outside, but once you get inside, it's quiet. The map is small. It feels like house. Like size-wise, it feels like house, but it's not as intricate as house. I mean, it is as intricate as house, but it's hard to describe it in the sense like I feel like you can blow through more things up, so you can create more corridors, more flanking lanes than you could in house. Like I feel like almost every wall you can break through it here, and as a defender, you don't have enough wall reinforcements to kind of prevent people from just straight up blowing through. So it's kind of a cat and mouse type of game where you don't reinforce a wall and you let them peek. Like here, you can bait them into blowing things up and then you can kill them. Ironically, I killed Blackbeard there through a peek hole. He should have the advantage. At first, I didn't like the map for the sense that as a defender, it's hard to know where they're coming from. Maybe it's because I haven't learned the map yet. But I think in the long term, it will be a good map because it's small. You don't have to run around for ages. Like Oregon or another map, just running around trying to find the objective. It makes the games faster, and I think that's what they wanted to do. They wanted to make it like a house type of map. But yeah, I think overall the DLC is really good. Above all, the patch just makes things so much better, terms wise, UI wise, customization wise, balance wise. Operators feel more balanced, more hit registration. It should add an increase to players. I felt that there is an increase to players. This is a good direction for the game. Ranked, I don't usually play ranked, but I saw that they moved it to a beta phase. Even before it wasn't beta phase, I thought that was kind of weird. I'll talk about that in a later video. But yeah, guys, that's what I thought about the DLC. It's a good DLC. It's great DLC. Leave me a like, comment, tell me what I need to improve on. And thanks for watching, guys. Take care.
We have been eliminated.